everybody, and welcome to eCommerce Quick Fix Cross Border Magazine official podcast. Today is a happy day, it's a beautiful day because we are with our friend Patrick Vonk. Patrick, how are you? How's everything?
It's very fine, Frank. Great to be here. Thanks for the invite.
And we are incredibly happy to have you here. The third is the charm. Finally, we have unfortunately another two times of tries before this one. Unfortunately, because of us, not because of
It wasn't
Patrick.
my mistake, was it? It was
It
or
was
some
ours
sort
mistake.
of. Yeah, all good, all good.
Well, because I was just recently upgraded to the parent tier, with a baby girl, so it's been
Congratulations with
convoluted.
that.
Yeah, but well, what can I tell you about logistics that you don't know, Patrick? You are the expert in logistics, actually. So let's start from the very beginning. Tell us a little bit more about what is Fulfillment Crowd and how does Fulfillment Crowd define omnichannel fulfillment, which is our main topic today here.
Yes. So let me introduce myself a bit first. I've been in logistics for over 20 years, and based here directly on the border between the Netherlands and Germany. And what we do as Fulfillment Crowd is really to help grow omni-channel brands, accelerate their international sales at speed and scale, really scale. So how we do this via our own in-house tech-powered solution, which is supported and underpinned by a huge, extensive global network of currently 17 fulfillment centers. Yeah, that's us probably. And for me, I think omnichannel fulfillment is really about giving brands the freedom to sell wherever their customers want to buy, not the other way around. You shouldn't worry about where you want to sell, now where your customers want to buy, whether that's through Shopify, Amazon, TikTok Shop, retail partners, B2B businesses. Everything should work seamlessly together.
Yeah, it's enabling, no, not limiting.
It is enabling actually, and what makes us probably different than uh, traditional 3PL is that is really the technology that connects all those sales channel into one platform. Um, Instead of businesses managing multiple warehouses or stock allocations, they can really operate from one single source of truth, as we call it. And I think that's what allows brands to scale efficiently without headache of operational complexity.
A much needed solution. Now, Patrick, Fulfillment Crowd works with high growth omni-channel brands. We know that, but
Right.
what kind of operational challenges are these brands usually facing when they come to you? I mean, which one will be like the main reason why they reach out to Fulfillment Crowd?
I think that's actually an interesting question because, funnily enough, no brand or no person's very few brands they come to us saying, "Hey, Patrick, we have an omnichannel problem." They don't. They
They don't really
most,
know
no, no,
exactly what's going on.
no. Most of the times they say something. Our customers' CS team is drowning, or our warehouses can't keep up, or we are overselling products, or something like that. And actually, my favorite, which we hear all the time, everything worked quite well until we start growing. So,
That should be a hint, like
yeah.
there is an issue there.
And I think honestly, that's usually the moment where the real challenges begin for brands. So, grow is fantastic. It's fantastic for sales. It's fantastic for the business, and everybody celebrates when orders double or triple. But when you go down into a warehouse, they're all crying, right? Because that's where really the challenges happen. So yeah.
You mentioned something before that I think it's kind of a defining characteristic of Fulfillment Crowd. You said that your platform connects multiple route to market through one unified stock pool. That's
Correct.
like
Yeah.
you allowed them to sell in multiple markets through one single truth, single source of truth. Can
Yeah.
you elaborate a little bit more on that? So maybe a business owner that is listening to the podcast can actually understand the value of this and perhaps even identify an issue that he is currently facing.
Yeah, I think a single source of truth, the one platform approach we have as Fulfillment Crowd, is it gives brands flexibility. So um, let me give you an example. Imagine you have a clothing brand and you got 10,000 jackets in stock, right? That business owner. Now, many businesses, they would like to split that inventory into different sections. So maybe a couple of thousand for Shopify, a couple of thousand Amazon, wholesale, whatever. And the rest for maybe different marketplaces. And on paper, that sounds pretty organized. In your spreadsheet, that sounds pretty organized. Um, but in reality, it's very inefficient, I think, um, because if those products are reserved for each and every channel, let's say, for example, TikTok, where we all go, something can go viral, which it happens overnight, right? And Shopify starts selling as expected, and suddenly your Shopify stock is sold out. What then? Because you can really see that stock sitting in the warehouse, but you don't have access to it. See, okay, I open the fridge, I see that beer,
Yeah,
but I can't take it because it's reserved for another channel, right?
exactly. There's
Doesn't
a
make
cost of
sense.
opportunity there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
correct,
you
correct.
have your stock dead in the water, standing there.
You have the stock, but you don't have access to it, and that's what our platform does. It combines that single source of truth in all different sectors, in all different channels.
Which is an amazing thing now. How exactly does Fulfillment Crowd help brands manage orders for from these multiple channels, like what we are actually talking right now, like Shopify, Amazon, eBay,
Mhm.
TikTok Shop, and other e-commerce platform? Could you elaborate just a little bit more on how exactly this is achieved?
I think the short answer is we make it feel for the brands that all those channels um, are one business instead of 10 different businesses. Because um, if you ever spoken to and you did a fast growing e-commerce brand, you often hear something like, okay, we've got Shopify, Amazon, eBay, TikTok, maybe a wholesale portal, um, and somehow they're all doing their own thing. No, it shouldn't be their own thing. Every platform is brilliant at selling, and but the challenge starts after something gets sold, right? That's where fulfillment takes over, and that's why that single source of truth is so important. The platform connects those sales channels through our APIs, webhooks, EDIs where needed, and it all points it together as one inventory. You can see the whole inventory.
Mm. So it's like a more obviously more efficient, more consolidated way of actually handling your stuff.
It is. It is. It is. Our platform takes care of connecting the dots behind the scenes. I often compare it to air traffic control. Passengers, they don't care how they get there. They
Exactly.
don't care how it works backstage or in the background. They just want to arrive safely. Our brands don't care where their inventory is. They want to see it arrive safely at their retailers and consumers and so on.
Exactly. Now, Patrick, Fulfillment Crowd is often described as a tech-led global fulfillment partner. Now, exactly what makes Fulfillment Crowd a leader in technology for fulfillment globally? Could you perhaps highlight three things in which you might say we are the leaders in this, or we are
So
leading in this?
yeah, we are leading in this because we don't. I always say if we don't buy software, we are the software.
So it's in-house. Everything that you
It
do
is.
is
It
your
is
own
in
software,
house.
which that's
Yeah,
an amazing thing.
we got 40 people only on in-house developing our own platforms, our own apps, our own services, our own carrier connections, updating APIs, EDIs, different ERP systems. I think we got now over 500 integrations, whatever, because you need to be
Wow.
up to date in 2026, right?
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, you have more control, more in-house control of things that most companies, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think the biggest difference is actually how we see ourselves. So
Hmm.
traditional 3PLs often they start with a warehouse. We
Yeah,
started with the technology first,
yeah,
right?
exactly, exactly. Yeah, they usually start with the logistics, the physical logistics of the warehouse and all the stuff. But you're more like more a digital logistics company, isn't it?
Correct, correct. We absolutely. I mean, we don't get me wrong. We love warehouses. They're full
Well,
of
you must. I
fascinating
mean, you
things.
must.
Full of fascinating things for logistic nerds like us. But the warehouse is the product. Our platform is the product, and the warehouse is really where the platform comes to life. That makes sense.
Now, you mentioned that you have over 100 API integrations, perhaps more.
Over 500, I think, over
Wow.
500 different sales channels, different marketplaces, ERP systems. So most brands, they use our platform as one control tower to manage their whole business.
Wow.
But it could also be that brands have their own ERP systems like a NetSuite, SAP, Dynamics, whatever. So a traditional 3PL will uh, tell you, okay, this is how our warehouse works, and you need to adapt your processes to fit with us. Our philosophy is, I think, the other way around, the opposite. We ask customers, okay, how does your business work today? And how can our technology connect all those dots and everything together?
Hmm.
And that's why we have the flexibility and the speed and scale to help brands really fast. I mean, implementation time with development teams traditionally would be months, maybe years. With us, it's weeks.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, Patrick, right now, we could safely say that no matter what kind of software any business is running, they will be able to integrate with you and you will help them also.
Definitely, definitely. This week, for example, a customer came to me. He said, "We have an ERP system. I never heard of it. So I never heard of it. There are a lot, and I've been in logistics and software for over a while. I never heard of it. So one call to our dev team, and they say, "Oh yeah, sure, we can handle that. They have their open
Wow.
APIs, webhooks, whatever. We can integrate." So
Wow.
an easy answer is yes, immediately, and
Yes.
then we
Yeah, that's
dive into
amazing.
the specifics.
That's amazing. That's amazing because not all. I mean, I've been in this business for a little bit of time already, like 15 years. So I kind of know that logistics company tend to do what you were saying. You were absolutely right. They tend to say like, "Hey, this is our software. So go figure yourself how the
Yeah,
hell you're gonna connect with us. I mean, it's your
exactly.
issue, you know." It's which is it's refreshing, and I think it's the right approach to actually become an enabler. You know, to help them to do things instead of being like a roadblock there.
It's the other way around. They don't need to adapt to us. We adapt to them, right? We want to
Exactly.
be an extension of their business, and if that's a new integration or some features they want to see within a platform, perfectly fine.
Now, Patrick, you support, I mean, there's a bold claim that you say that you support B2B and D2C fulfillment, both things from the same platform. How does this work?
Okay, good question. I think although the products might be identical, the fulfillment requirements could are very different. So, for example, D2C customers looking for speed, great unboxing experience, branded packaging, or returns, and a retailer is completely different. And that's why we have those workflows also divided within our platform. They are more focused on compliance, ASM file, pallet labels, booking slots. And marketplaces, so the third part of the omni-channel, they have another different layer. Every platform like Amazon, eBay, they have their own service level, routing requirements, and obviously other KPIs or SLAs. So combining those three things within one platform is what really makes us as well a D2C as a B2B and a marketplace provider.
Yeah, it's a flexibility and a capability to adapt that the fulfillment crowd that has is, which is amazing because actually in reality, each and every one of those B2B platforms is a different animal in itself, isn't it? I mean, it's a it has its own rules
It has
and
its
things.
own rule, and that's why the platform is so sophisticated that it recognizes where the order comes from and automatically applies the correct workflow behind the scenes. Again, people don't need to care what happened behind the scene, the platform does. So the warehouse team, for example, they don't have to remember 100 of specific requirements for that particular B2B customer because the system already knows that exactly what needs to be happen, what needs to happen actually.
Mhm. That's amazing. I mean, now, Patrick, from brands for brands moving from marketplace
Mhm.
selling into a broader like omni-channel model, which one would you say are the key fulfillment decisions that they need to get right early? I mean, where should they start?
So I think the biggest mistake that I see currently is that brands are designing the operations they do today and then choose a fulfillment provider or a provider, but they should focus on the operation they do in 1 or 2 or 3 years. I mean, brands want to grow, omnichannel brands want to grow, and that can be, again, marketplaces, B2B, wholesale. So that's why I always encourage brands to invest in scalable foundations early,
Mhm.
not have those complexity, not having those headaches in 6 months if you already switched to a traditional 3PL. Now you need to think about the technology before that, before actually adding on headcounts, adding on whatever.
Would you say there is like a lack of foresight? I mean, they are unable to foresight whatever is going to happen in the future, or maybe they are afraid of success. Which also happens. Like they say, no, I will never reach that volume. I mean, this is going to be slower, and then it happens. Boom, like a viral thing on TikTok, and you're crushed.
Exactly. Exactly. And you need to think about the processes that still work now, but what happens over 3 years when you're shipping, I don't know, 6,000% of your orders. So if you build the right foundation early, growth becomes something that you can embrace rather than something you need to survive, right? Because you need to have an extension of your business in your 3PL, in your fulfillment provider.
Would you
And
say that fulfillment crowd is kind of a future-proof tool for brands?
definitely regarding the technology, because so I'm based here in Germany. I'm from the Netherlands, but I'm based here in Germany. Seen the Netherlands when it comes to e-com, but also fulfillment. Seen Germany when it comes to e-com, but also fulfillment. Most providers, they have outdated technology, and again, customers need to uh, fit in their technology. We do it again the other way around. So we ask business, okay, how can we help us? Our technology enables those customers for future growth.
Which is incredibly useful and especially important nowadays that the e-commerce landscape has become so competitive, like especially fulfillment wise. uh
Yes, definitely. I think again, where I'm from the Netherlands, each and every street corner you find a fulfillment provider
yeah,
who,
exactly.
who buys a piece of
Yo,
software.
I was not going to say it, but now that you mention it, yeah,
No,
it's true.
it is each and every corner, each and every small city where you go, okay, we are a fulfillment provider. We bought a warehouse and we bought a piece of software and we got some people in the warehouse. Yeah, it's nice, but is it also scalable, right?
Exactly,
And you
yeah.
need to have that technology in house to make it future proof and scalable.
Now, talking about scalability precisely, how those fulfillment crowd global network of fulfillment centers actually help brands expand internationally without building their own warehouse infrastructure, because I think this is something that it's pretty interesting, pretty appealing to many brands, that they will say like, I don't want to spend into building warehouses, in Poland, in Germany, in Spain, in Portugal, in the United States. Is fulfillment crowd the kind of partner that can fix this?
Yes, short answer, yes. But
Yes.
international growth should require businesses opening, as you said, warehouses in each and every country. Uh, our fulfillment centers are all connected through one technology platform. Brands can position inventory strategically. We can do it for you. We let the data decide. So most brands start with us with a single warehouse solution, and then if they grow, if the marketing does their job, if right, then the data decides, and we actually proactively inform our customers, hey, why don't you set up also in, for example, France, in, for example, Germany, in the UK, in Australia, or in the US with Fulfillment Crowd. Yeah, but yeah, I need to log out of your platform. And no, it's all in one platform, right? And that's what gives Fulfillment Crowd and our customers the opportunity to really global scale.
Would you say that forecasting and inventory planning, it's we know it's important, but
Yeah.
how important, or could you perhaps share a case study that highlights the importance of inventory planning and forecasting for omni-channel brands to avoid stockouts, overstocking, and margin
Mhm.
pressure, which is kind of the triad of disasters, that usually plagues brands all over the world.
Each and every fair expo I've been through in the last couple of months, yeah, they're all talking about inventory forecasting. So insights and forecasting, we have those two combined in one tool. We call them foresights, way ahead of our time. I actually think that
I love it.
forecasting
I love the word foresight. It's for me like
foresights.
better than forecasting.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think that forecasting is one of the biggest competitive advantages a brand can have today, because people think forecasting is simply about deciding how much stock to order. In reality, it's about making smarter commercial decisions, and to have your stock low, sales orders high. So, without accurate forecasting, businesses are constantly uh, behind instead of
Hmm.
planning ahead, right? So,
Hmm.
and your question regarding,
Maybe a case study that you can highlight and showcase this.
so there's an interesting case study on our website. It's called a brand called Ushk. Funny name actually, because it's a ski brand, and I've learned that the name Ushk comes from Ushk, Ushk,
Oh,
skiing.
oh, when they ski, wow.
Apparently. It's a very interesting ski brand, and I think the biggest lesson learned with that is that technology enables that international growth. Um, Check it out on our website, fulfilmentcrowd.com. People often think that forecasting is simply about deciding how much stock to order. No, but combining, and that's what Ush did, historical sales data with live order trends, seasonability, because it's a seasonal product, but also marketing activities and inventory movements. Ush can build much more accurate demand and make much better purchasing decisions. And that's what
Mm.
they did. They are currently live in 3 centers of Fulfillment Crowd, and yeah, they're having a blast currently.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, they're actually pan-European, isn't it?
They are, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And they
definitely.
achieve that via Fulfillment Crowd. I mean, through Fulfillment Crowd.
Yes, yes. So they are now live in, I think, our UK center, US center, and it's pan-European. And either if it's pan-European or not, people think we are really an extension of the business. They think we are sitting next to them,
Hmm.
because they always have the real-time data reporting in-house in the platform. So, and that gives them complete visibility across each and every sales channel, although it's pan-European, although it's cross-border, although you're working from 3 different warehouses.
I mean, that's vital. I mean, that's what you were mentioning at the beginning of the podcast. The one source of truth. Like that's really really important because it allows you to actually uh, make the right call. Like what's going on there. I mean, at least if you fail making the decision is your fault because you have access to the data,
Yeah.
which is something that it's vital nowadays. Is this something that you're planning to expand on the capabilities for your customers or your partners, your clients, to actually improve in the data in the near future? Is something which ones are your plans for the next, let's say, following 5 years?
So when it comes into the roadmap, I think obviously AI is, we already have it implemented in the platform. We call her Faye, F
Faye.
A Faye, FAI, meaning Fulfillment Crowd AI.
Oh, I
Um,
like it.
and she's really good. She's really good. Obviously, Fulfillment Crowd Faye can make mistakes, but she takes away. Example, 6 years ago, a customer with a traditional 3PL, they need to write an email each and every week. Oh, please, can you send me a report of my current sales? And now I simply ask Faye, please send me a report or let me download a report directly out of the app. So
Wow.
again, it makes your decision making time much quicker.
And that's kind of the goal of AI. And nowadays, I mean, actually to use that as an efficient tool, as a time saving tool.
It is time saving. I mean, you work with AI, I work with AI. It saves you so much time on a daily base. Other services which we provide, which are developed in house, our customers, they can really save, yeah, in their CS teams, but in general in overhead. Meaning, we got a service called Delivery Assured, which is really. There are case studies where it reduces customer service team from our customers with 60 to 70%.
Wow.
So yeah, it's and again, it all starts with technology, and we are the software. We don't buy the software, so we claim to be the best in the market with that software, and we are.
Wow. And that AI, it's in-house developed also, or at least in-house trained.
Yeah, in-house trained. Yeah, sure. We got our models, and with our CS team, with our dev team, but also with feedback from our customers, we have those Faye AI being trained, and it works quite well.
Wow, that's so cool. That's amazing, Patrick. Now, we know all the amazing things and great things that Fulfillment Crowd can do for a partner, for a brand or a business, but which one would you say are the hints, the key indications that they need to reach out to Fulfillment Crowd?
Mm. I think the answer depends a bit on the ambition of the business. So, um, if all you need is somewhere to store your products and dispatch parcels, then you should go with all respect, a simple warehouse. But if you
Exactly.
need someone to process orders efficiently, yeah, a fulfillment provider would be the right choice. But if you are planning for growth, selling across multiple channels, building long-term e-commerce brand, then you need something more, and that something more is us, I would say.
So we could safely say that there are logistics partners. There's a lot of them, fulfillment partners, and there's also growth planning partners like Fulfillment Crowd.
As mentioned, we try to be an extension of the business. Like, yeah, you need a partner that combines technology, operational expertise, and strategic guidance, because we say we always guide our customers into the next stage of growth.
And talking about the next stage of growth, let's dive into something that it's not so common nowadays in Europe, but it's been a massive fan favorite thing in Asia for the last, I don't know, 5 years or so, which is the social commerce. Social
Oh,
commerce in
yeah.
in Asia has been like a boom. All brands and businesses are using TikToks to live stream and sell live through their streamings and social networks and stuff. How do you see that in Europe? Do you believe that's something that it's going to catch on here? That it's going to increase sales, change perhaps the way logistics are done?
I think social commerce would not change the way logistics are done. I would say it's an extra. So if you already are omni-channel, I would say definitely it's an extra channel, like TikTok Shop, who I think they started in the UK already 3 4 years ago with TikTok Shop, and it was early last year when they rolled out here in Germany, and I think it's only like a couple of months when they rolled out into the Netherlands. The main advantage we had is that we were already live, for example, in England, in the UK, because we already had that rollout out of the platform with TikTok Shop. We see customers use it a lot because, yes, as an end consumer, I scroll down my phone. Also, I'm 44, I'm even on TikTok, and okay, I want to buy it now. I don't want to be referred to Shopify. Yes, it's very scalable because it's user friendly for your end consumers. And when it comes to logistics, it's easy as an extra because you already have that single source of truth with Fulfillment Crowd. It's just another uh, sales channel within your whole inventory.
Hmm.
So happy to take on any TikTok customer.
So, but it does not fundamentally, because some people might say like, okay, this way, this channel of selling creates spikes. Like there is nothing being sold there, and then in a 20-minute live broadcasting of an influencer, you might sell your entire inventory of a year. So it's like this is something that Fulfillment Crowd can actually handle.
You need to have a provider who's scalable enough, who has the resources to scale overnight. Another great case study of ours is on our website. It's called a UK brand called Will Powders, and Will Powders is led also by a very nice lady. And if she does an Instagram drop, for example. Um, Sales orders overnight can go from 5 to 20,000.
Wow.
So, and we are flexible enough but also scalable enough to work those numbers easy. But before that, we always communicate to our we talk to our customers, our partners. We don't call them customers, we talk to our partners, and we say, okay, Davina, when are you going to plan another drop? When are you going to plan another Instagram post, whatever? Because based on that we can also forecast, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's amazing, and it's incredibly cool. And I think it's a great competitive advantage for Fulfillment Crowd to be able to adapt to this kind of systems. You know that scale so much so fast in such a little time.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, you can only do that if the network is good enough, the technology is good enough. I mean, sending out
so
a
it's not a
parcel,
single thing; it's a combination of
it's a
stuff.
combination. Sending out a parcel from A to B is not rocket science. We all know that. But the way you are doing it with our in-house tech and our global fulfillment network, that's what makes us different.
Now, Patrick, the final question for a brand that it's listening to this podcast right now and they want to reach out to Fulfillment Crowd because they want to set up a successful pan-European omni-channel experience, what should they do? Which one should be the first thing they should do?
Pick up the phone. No, I mean, it's easy, but I would start by asking a very simple question to yourself. Where do you want your business to be in 3 years? Not right now. Because that answer that to that question should determine the fulfillment strategy that you are building today, actually. If your ambition is to expand internationally, adding new marketplaces, grow your wholesale business, and significantly increase order volumes, then your fulfillment operation should also be designed to help you with that future plans, not just for today. So that's exactly the conversations I'm having with my clients. Okay, um, I have an issue today, yes, but what where you want to be in 3 years, right? Not simply discussing rates or warehousing space, but understanding the grow ambitions, operational challenges, and technology. And that's where we come in.